Well, welcome back to another episode of the Angler's Logbook, and today we're back here in JM Knives workshop with Jono here, and we're going to be showing you how to sharpen your own knives. So yeah, first we'll just run through the process of what we're going to be doing today, and then we'll show you some steps so you can go into it for yourself. But what's the process for how we're sharpening these, Jono?
I'm going to start off with a 2000 grit Japanese waterstone, and in fact we'll finish on that stone as well because knives weren't in too bad shape to begin with. So we'll just start off on that, generate a burr, and then go onto the strop to remove the burr.
Awesome, sweet. Well, we'll get into it then. So do you need to keep wetting the stone? Like,
yeah. Well,
are there wet stones and dry stones, or is everything a wet stone?
Wet and wet stone is spelled W-H-E-T.
Yeah.
Different.
Okay.
But there are some Japanese stones need water. All of them need water. Whereas Western stones usually best with oil. You can use them dry, but it just doesn't work very well. Some stones will need like a lot of water, like porous ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some of them just need a little bit, and that too that just sits on top.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it soaks in quite quickly. Right, so sharpen the left side of this. So find your angle first by setting it at 90 degrees, and then 45, and then half of that. And from there you should be able to feel a small drop down to your main bevel, and you don't want to be sharpening on that because you'll just be scratching the knife up. So come up just to that kind of halfway point, and away you go. I like to hold it with my thumb near the edge on my left hand, and that controls the amount of twist and pressure on the blade.
Mm-hmm.
And my fingers on the blade kind of just guide it.
Yep. So you're not putting in so much pressure with your right hand? Or is it quite equal?
Yeah, no, it's normally like quite a lot with my thumb really.
Oh yeah.
And then I can kind of, as I creep up the blade, I'll kind of push more on with my right hand.
Yeah.
Feels quite good.
So you're going with your thumb,
Yeah.
fingers,
Yeah.
and at that sort of angle.
Yeah.
Yeah. You feel like the trick is to try and get it consistent, eh?
Yeah.
I can feel the temptation to just rock around a bit.
It's just a matter of practice.
So are you repositioning your fingers, like as you work
Mm-hmm.
towards the tip, you'll move your fingers more
Yep.
to the end, and then you're lifting your hand, you said, eh?
Lift on the stroke towards you.
Okay, so you're like forward and then
lift. Yeah, and then get back. Yeah.
and is that so you don't cut into the stone or something?
So you don't gouge it. And you grind it
Oh,
off.
they're not my stones.
Good enough.
True.
Yeah.
You make it look so easy.
Oh, it's really easy once you
Just practice.
used to it. See there, it's just polished up the edge, the very edge. It's not scratched up the side, and it was still a nice low angle. Same on the other side. I feel it just by really lightly running my fingers on the edge like that.
Yeah.
And you can really feel what happens, what's happening on the edge. And I never cut myself. But if you're just going to go like that, it's
You don't really feel much.
No, and you just cut yourself. And you feel it when you
Yeah.
start bleeding. But yeah, no, that's the best way. Alright.
So you think that's got a burr right through?
Pretty much, yeah. Once you made a burr, that's kind of the goal achieved, basically. And you can take the burr off by pulling it through wood, and that will take off big bits, really. But you're still left with a fine burr. So to get rid of it, use a strop.
So that's just leather on a block of wood.
Yeah,
basically.
with a bit of abrasive on the leather, just to speed it up. And you just run backwards on the leather, back and forth, and it's important on this actually to swap from one side to the other, because that just bends the burr back and forth and snaps it off.
So a bit opposite to what you're doing on stone.
Yeah.
So it's like working one side then the other.
Yeah, pretty much. You can only get a burr so small on the stone even if you work it. But on the strop, you just kind of get it to snap off basically and tidy up the edge. So it comes out real perfect and burr free.
So again, you're looking for like just feeling by touch on the edge of the blade to when that burr's gone.
Yeah.
Work on the leather.
Yeah. And so it can come off the leather quite smooth, and that means it's burr free. And if you want a bit more tooth, we'll go back to a fine stone and then a really light on the strop, just to give you a more toothy edge but still burr free.
Yep.
So